What's up, YouTube? Just got a video going on here of new system. Always making updates. I got my second BRZ 1200.1. It's the one right there. That's the old one. That's the new one. And I have got them strapped at 1 ohm for a half ohm per amp. And this is just a little video for people who about strapping amps, or who say you can't strap an amp unstrappable. You most certainly can. All you need to do, get 2 RCAs and gain match your amps. So I have 2 RCAs. This other one is the right channel output on each amp going to my 4 channel. For those of you who also don't know, the right channel always has a higher voltage than the left. Not by much, but it is there. So yeah, but anyway, the only reason I have this is because my head unit only has 2 pre-outs, and instead of 1 to the sub and Y splitters to the amp, or I'm sorry, 1 to the 4 channel and then the Y splitters to the sub amps, I just decided to go both to the sub amps and then this to the 4 channel, different than what it was before. So anyway, both of these are game matched. This is my linking cable. Can't really see because it's dark. Piece of 8 gauge, links to negatives. This is my master. This is my slave amp. So this goes to the positive. This goes to the negative. When you don't have a strapping cable, you need to flip your 180 degree phase switch. So this amp is 180 degrees out of phase from this amp. And it sounds amazing. It's definitely louder. My only problem now is since I have 2 amps at a half ohm each, I cannot keep my voltage up. I definitely need to get my high output alternator. Factory 60 ampere just isn't cutting it. And then for power, if you guys are wondering, this bolt right here bolts to the floor to hold this wood in. So this is my ground. Both grounds are screwed to the wood. These are only 1/2-inch screws. This is 3/4 wood. I'm sorry, 3/4 screws. This is 3/4 wood, but it's plenty lifted up. It does not go through, and that grounds them. This is my power from my 1 amp screwed into here. Again, it's high enough off that it doesn't go through, and there's nothing under here anyway because it completely touched the bottom of the floor. This is temporary. This is 2 pieces of 6 gauge which go over to this next junction. We have the other 4 gauge. You have these 2 pieces of 6 gauge. You have the 8 gauge for my 4 channel, and the 0 gauge, which is going to go to my batteries. So I have 0 gauge power and ground going into the homemade distributions. It's not any different than using a distro block. But yeah, and then this is my 0 gauge. It's going to go to the batteries. And this is my 4 gauge, which comes from up front. I know that's going to be 0 gauge here soon enough. That's my 4 gauge ground. And yeah, so it should be slamming. Believe it or not, I charge at 14.5 on a base note. I was dropping down to about 10 volts with both of these. Before, with just 1 at a half ohm, I would only drop to about 12. And then when I rewired up to 1, I would only drop down to about 13 when I got my new subs, because the Type R's are at 1 ohm. Here's the Type R's over there. But when you strap amps, your minimum ohm load gets cut in half. So technically, 2 ohms strapped on these is what I should be running them at, to 1 ohm per amp. But I can't do that with the Type R's. I could do 4 strapped, which should be 2 per amp, but that's just not going to cut it for me. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so rate, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll make another video here soon.